Sometimes in a build, you got a plan, and those plans don't always work out the way you think they're going to. I thought I could just cut out the good floor plans and put them right in where the bad ones were. I was wrong. Turns out those floor pans are spot welded in quite a few places, and to get them out, I was probably going to ruin them while I did it. So instead, I just went ahead and ordered some new ones. I got the rotten ones all cut out. Quite a bit cut out on both sides. And then I treated the rust, and now I'm going to start. Here's the pans I ordered. Gonna go in here like that. Have to shape them a little bit. And then I'll figure out what to do with these gaps. Alright, it's time for an update. I got passenger side patched up for the most part. Still need to do a little bit here, but I'll do that later. Anyways, I've never welded sheet metal or hatched floor pans before. I think it came out pretty good. I'm no pro, but I'm pretty happy with it. Driver's side floor patches are all in, tacked in. I just gotta do a whole bunch of finish welding, and then I'll clean up all the floorboards and figure out what I'm gonna do to seal them. Alright, I got the floor pans all welded up, and now I want to get under the Wagoneer and seal them from the bottom. Now, normally I'd just get my skid steer and lift this thing up, but I loaned it out to a friend of my father's, so I don't have that, and I'm not going to crawl under it. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to try to get it onto the lift. So I'm going to roll this frame out. I'm going to try and get this off the blocks onto some rollers, roll it out of the way, roll the frame out of the way, roll the Wagoneer body in so that I can use the lift to get under it. So let's see if I can pull it off. Alright, y'all saw I got the Wagoneer in here without using the skid steer. Just pure brains and brawn. So we got it in here on the lift, and I went ahead and ground down all the welds, and this cleaned up this side, and it's got a coat of primer on it. And so next step will be that side. You can see where it's flash rusted. That side I already ground down the welds, but just need to keep cleaning it up, and I'm out of primer. So I'm gonna go take lunch, run to the store, get a couple cans of primer and some other things, get back to work. Alright. Got all the floor pans sealed from underneath. and pressure washed. This was all full of grease. Got it all cleaned up. So now I'll go ahead and put a coat of rubberized undercoating underneath, a couple coats, and then might start trying to get this body onto the frame. Rubberized undercoating is done. I'm pretty happy with how it all sealed and how the floor pans are setting in there. So I think it will work good. I went ahead and coated pretty much all of it too, and then I ran out. So eventually I'll get a couple more cans and finish the rest. But I did find some problems. Let me show you. This rear cross member, it's pretty rotten. This is where the body mount is supposed to go. There and there. Not good. So I think, well, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do, but I think what I'm gonna do is cut out all this bad stuff and then put a piece of I'm gonna cut all of this out. All this corner out. Put a piece of 1x2 here. And then weld it to this existing cross member, and then put a piece to tie them together on both sides. When I ordered the body mounts for this, I ordered a 1-inch lift, so 1-inch body mount lift. So I could just add that 1 inch here at the rear, and then I don't need to put the puck in, and everything should be level. So that's the plan. I don't know if it'll work. I'm gonna sleep on it before I start cutting anything out. Alright, I didn't sleep on it. I just went ahead and I cut it all out. Cut it all. Just went ahead and cut out all the rust. These whole sections, corners, cut them out. And you can see my mess. Some old metal, old rusty metal everywhere. So now I'm gonna take that piece of 1x2, weld it all along the bottom of this piece, and then I'll drill holes for the body mounts and patch this area. And then after that, I'll have to figure out what's going to happen with these corner structures. Alright, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go have dinner with my grandma. And if you're wondering, what the heck is going on? Does this guy know what he's doing? Why did he buy such a rusty vehicle to work on? I'm wondering the same questions. Alright, we're back. Ready to start repairing these rear body mount areas. So, like I said, cut this all out. I'm going to take this old rusted piece of 1x2. This is a piece of lumber rack that was on a parts vehicle of mine that I cut up, and it's been laying around. And it's super rusty, but it should work. And so I'm going to clean it up, cut it to the size I need, and start welding it on. Okay, I got this piece of 1x2 cleaned up and clamped into place. Go ahead and weld it in. Alright, I got that piece terribly welded up there. Now I'm going to try to get this body on. The body for the 73 body mounts are different than the frame. Only 2 of them match up. So here's one that will match. I've got it labeled 1, and this rear one is going to match. Got it labeled 2. This is not going to match. I'm going to cut this off, and I already cut this front one off. It was here. It's not going to match. It needs to go back. So the plan is set the body down on the mounts I know that work. So 1 and 2 marked mounts. Then I'll know where to move this front mount back to, and this intermediate one. So that's the plan. Here we go. Okay, I got the body centered. Got the number 1 and number 2 mounts where they're supposed to be. And then I took the bolt and the mount and put it together so that I know where to move this one to. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark this, then I'll pull this off, clean it up, put it back together, and then I'll do a couple tacks, then we'll pull the body, and I'll do the same thing on the other side. Then I'll pull the body off, fully weld it, and then we should be good to go on getting the body fully mounted. I lost some video here, but I'll just tell you quickly. I got the front mount marked where and set where it's supposed to be, and now I'm cutting the intermediary mounts off the 73 frame to adapt them onto the 85 frame. Alright, we're back in the shop today. Last night before I quit, I got this tacked in place. Got this one tacked in place. So I'll weld those up in a bit here. I got the exhaust in. Well, it's in here. This exhaust came off the J20 parts truck. This driver's side one should work out perfectly. This passenger side one is too high here on the frame. I think on the truck the cab sits higher, so there was more room here, but this is definitely going to hit the underside of the body. So I just ran to the parts store and got some tube. I'm just going to try and run a straight piece here. I've never welded exhaust before, so we'll see how that ends up going. Also, I finished capping this end piece yesterday, and it's got all these voids in it. Like this, I just can't weld this. Like, it's just gonna keep burning through. So I went and got some foam spray, and here's what I'm gonna use. I've never seen this stuff before. I've only used the yellow stuff, but this says automotive. Can you read that? So I'm gonna go ahead and spray these gaps full, and then I'll cut off the excess, and then I'll spray undercoating over the whole thing, and it should create a nice watertight seal. Hey, how are you guys doing today? Look, I had high hopes of getting this body on this frame today, and I came out to the shop and I was like, oh, I should put fluid in the transmission and transfer case before I do this. It'll be easier with the body off. So I did. Transmission, no problem. Transfer case instantly started leaking. So I'm not really having a great day right now. Let me show you what's going on. See this leak? That is after I tighten this all up. It's pretty bad. It's leaking all the way around. It's also leaking from here. Let's Struggles of a custom build. I'm not happy right now. So I'm going to, no, I'm getting dripped on. I'm going to drain this fluid out, pull the pan, clean it up, re-put some silicone on it, and reseal it, refill it. And I don't know what I'm going to do about this leak at the brake here. So, fun times. Well, here's the pan. No, I did not clean the gasket off. Apparently, I never put one on. So, we know why it's leaking. I'm going to go see if I can find one. I think I ordered one at some point. If not, I'll just put some RTV on it, slap it back up there. That should fix the pan leak. As far as the brake leak, I'll have to look into that a little bit more, but hopefully I can just do a little tightening, maybe a little RTV, and fix that too. Here's the brake drum, and one of the problems is these studs should just hold when I spin, or hold the other side and not spin. They should just lock in there against there, but since it's worn, they're spinning and it's not allowing the other side to get tight. So I think that's part of the problem. I'm gonna put a couple tack welds on here so these can't spin. The seal looks good. I measured it. It looks like it's the right one. So I'm hopeful that I just put these tack welds up. Things were just loose. I'm able to tighten things up again real well, and that will fix the leak. I built this. This is a custom Dana 20. I actually filmed it also. I'll eventually put a video out on it. I'm highly skeptical on if it's going to work. And since I'm already having problems, it's a good sign that it might not. So I'm already working through another solution in my mind. I'm hoping I can get this one to work, at least temporarily, because I really want to get this thing together and driving on its own power. Alright, since I'm waiting for the RTV to seal on this transfer case that I apparently never put a gasket on, I went ahead and got this exhaust pipe in. I didn't have to do any modification to this one. Fit right out of the J20 truck. And if you recall, this one was too high, so I got a 24-inch straight piece. It just barely fits through there, and then I cut up what was left of the old pipe and just made it work. So you could see I got this section tacked, this section tacked, and it was a lot of cutting, grinding, testing, but I got it all tacked together now. I'm gonna pull it off, fully weld it, get it back in there, and should be good to go. I think we're finally ready to put this body on. Let me show you where we're at. The exhaust is completely in, hangers are on, turn down's in, exhaust is ready to go. Transfer case filled with gear oil, no leaks. It helps if you put a gasket on. The bottom of the body has been fully coated with undercoating, so it is good to go. And lastly, let's recap what I did to get the body mounts for the body, for the 73 body on the 85 frame in the right spot. We moved these front ones from about here to here. They're ready to go. This one I cut off 73 foot frame, put it on here. And this rear structure, I cut this all out, restructured it, put this piece in, and sealed it and recoated it all with undercoating. So we're finally ready to put this body on. I'm gonna set it up so you guys can watch. Okay, we got the body on. Everything's sitting where it's supposed to. I haven't bolted it down, but it's all good to go. I like the way it's sitting. It's got good ride height. I really like where this rear axle ended up. You can't cut here because of the door. There's very minimum to cut. I moved this axle back probably 2 inches, and it's coming out really well in the rear wheel well. Say that 5 times real fast. So I can just bring this line over and down and cut it, and that'll make this an easy thing to patch. So I'm happy. I'm happy right now. Been wanting to get to this spot. I think we're gonna end this video here. Y'all aren't even ready for the next video. The next video, we're gonna plumb the fuel system. We're gonna run some wiring. We're gonna get this engine buttoned up, and hopefully we're gonna get the engine started. So until then, thanks for watching.